being a part of a group English lesson or being a part of an individual English lesson? That is our question today. And I'm sorry, I have no magic for you. Really, neither of these is a magical solution. But today, we're going to talk about what are some pros and cons of these. I've been a teacher for a long time, but I've also been a language student quite a few times as well. And I've got some experience with this, so I just want to share a few ideas with you as you think about what's best for you. I'm Phil, and I work at Maják in Brno, Czech Republic, and thank you for coming by today and talking about English lessons for a little while. So what's better, learning in a small group or learning individually? Of course, there are pros and cons to both of these, but it really depends on what your English goals are and even where you are in life at the moment as to what is really best for you. Honestly, as a teacher, I love teaching in groups. It's fun for me, but it's also good as a student to have other people to interact with. And I think this is important because it's not my responsibility what the English level of the other students in the class is. Maybe they're a little higher, maybe they're a little lower than me, but isn't that life? We sometimes have to interact and communicate with other people at different English levels, and we're all learning together. But I think it's great because in a class, you automatically have other people with the same similar goal in mind with learning English, and they're right there in the class with you. It is great to have automatic practice in a group English lesson. It might terrify some of you who are a bit more shy, but it really is good and it's very helpful for you. I've seen people that at the beginning of a semester would come into class quite shy, and by the end of class, they didn't seem shy anymore, at least in an English classroom. They were confident to speak with someone else in English, and that's a huge thing. Being in a group class can also be great because it is a strong motivation to be prepared in what you want, and having your homework done and what you want to say for that class. And in my experience, I've been more motivated to do that in a group lesson as opposed to just a one-on-one lesson with a teacher. And the final thing I think is really special is I've seen lots of people develop acquaintances and even friendships throughout a class because you do have a similar goal in mind and you get to talk to each other every week, maybe a couple times a week. And it is a special thing to just develop another friendship with another person, and I think that's cool. On the other hand, there are individual lessons. That's a possibility for you, at least for many people. And of course, I think the thing that people look for the most is the personalization of the lesson. You can talk to the teacher and you can explain what you are hoping to learn from that, and the teacher can shape the lessons according to what you want to get out of the class, and that's great. You can also have a lot of flexibility in a lesson. If you're in a place in life where you need to be a little more flexible, individual lessons can be great. I think one of the problems comes, and this is where the magic comes in, people maybe think that an individual lesson will be just magical, and if we just get time alone with a teacher, everything will work out and my English will just improve like crazy. And in some situations that's true, but in some situations it isn't true. There's a lot to be said about how much you put into the lesson and how much you study outside of the class. Although your lesson can give you flexibility and personalization, you still have to be a really good student and be practicing regularly. One time a week with your teacher, even though that teacher might be a native speaker, that's not enough to really push your language to the next level. It's you being a good student all the time, practicing what you know wherever you are. And another pro to individual lessons is really similar to a big pro of the group lessons, and that is the relationship that can form between a teacher and a student. And it is really great to just talk to the same person every time, again and again, and you get to know each other and you get to share stories, and that's part of what it means to be human. And that's the great thing about studying a language. It's about communication, and developing a friendship with another person is very special, and it can happen in an individual lesson, and I think that is, again, pretty special. That's just a few of the pros and cons of these two types of lessons. I don't know. I think one of the best parts of studying, and the thing that we all need to remember, is just to be positive about the lesson, about the teacher, about our other students in our class if we're in a group. Everybody's on this journey, even the teachers. And so have grace for the other people and be positive. Keep trying, keep pushing yourself, and do the very best that you can. Whether it's in an individual lesson or in a group lesson, just do your best and smile about it. Come to class regularly, and you'll see your English go forward, and you'll be happy about it. So thank you for joining me today. If you got some value out of this, please click the like button and subscribe too. Those things will help other people find these videos. And if you are in Brno, Czech Republic, or coming by, we'd love to see you at Maják, actually, in person. So find us if you want to. Also, feel free to check out our other video that I have about how to get the most out of your individual lessons. This just gives some pros and cons. That will give you a better idea of what you can do to be the best student you can be. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.